Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today. And we're here with a repeat guest. We are here with my friend Mikah Meyer. How are you, Micah?
Good. How are you doing? It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to connect with you. And I've enjoyed because you are a repeat guest. And I looked, it was 3 years ago when you were here and you were talking about everything you have done very uniquely in the world of national parks. But real briefly, yeah, tell our audience about that kind of that origin story.
Yeah, very true. I spent 3 years visiting all of our National Park Service sites in America. So that's not just the Grand Canyon or Yosemite or Acadia National Parks. That's national seashores, national monuments, national preserves, reserves, historical parks, everything, all of our 400 plus National Park Service sites, the places that we have preserved that tell our American story through beautiful nature and also through our history. So, a very complete tour of America, all 50 states, 5 territories, and 1 District of Columbia.
And you've done an amazing job documenting it along the way and lots of social media, videos. And I think that kind of culminates to where you're at today.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually was thinking about how when I did this from 2016 to 2019, photos was really the focus. And so
Yeah.
I have so many photos of the national parks. And if I was to do it today, it would be completely different. It would all be vertical video. So there's a small part of me that's like, should I go and do the tour again and this time do vertical video instead of photos? But I'm sure by the time I finish it, there'll be something else we'll be watching on holograms or something.
It will be a 3D experience. They'll look at those videos and say, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
But no, and the reason we're here today is because like you've brought all that together. Your stories of how you started, and but you've created this wonderful 16-minute short documentary, Canyon Chorus, and I can even bypass that. It's a river rafting journey with you and four of your other friends. But yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, as you said, it's super cool because in a way it's synthesizing the past 8 years that I've been actively working in the travel industry, but really it's synthesizing my whole life and not just my life, but our queer elders who came before us. So what I love most about the documentary is it's my story, but it's not actually my story, it's our story. And the coolest thing about this thus far has been hearing from other people and how they related to this journey, but not just queer people. I've had so many straight people contact me and say this part, or this part really connected with my history and what I've gone through. And so, what I love about this documentary is it's a gay story, but it's a gay story made for a universal audience. And so, really, there is something for everyone to take away from this. Even the most anti-gay people I meet, I say, if you just watch this for 16 minutes, I guarantee there will be at least one thing that'll make you cry, or at least that you'll relate to.
Yeah. But it's wonderful because you start out on this river rafting trip with your group and you guys are just cruising along, whether you're camping out and eating and so forth. But it's all the campfire conversations and so forth that you have brought together with some of your past footage to kind of tell a story, like you said, not only about yourself, I would say secondarily, but really at the forefront. It's mentorship, LGBTQ relationships, the whole works.
Well, and that's what is so cool about nature trips in general is I think when we get away from our cell phones and our tech, it gives us this physical and mental space to have these really warm conversations and deep conversations with the people we're with.
Yeah.
And one of the things I heard from somebody, he's in his 50s and he watched this and he said, I was crying the whole time because I realized that I didn't have a mentor growing up because I grew up in the era that we lost a generation to AIDS.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he said, seeing these themes of mentorship and the relationship between you and the other 4 people on the rafting trip reminded him that he didn't get that. And so now it's really important that he makes sure that he bees that for the current younger generation so that we can sort of restart this loop of queer mentorship and of helping other people see themselves so they can be themselves.
Yeah. But I think also you've been kind of at the forefront of another kind of topic, which is once upon a time, and you mentioned this in the video as well, but once upon a time, anybody who, if you told your parents or friends or family you're gay, they would just assume that, all you did is go to pride festivals every weekend and ran around in Speedos at these great circuit parties. I mean, they had this like very simple vision of who we are. And you and I both know that we are everything. We run the gamut when it comes to just the niche little communities we're a part of. But you really open the door on the world of outdoors, and you really make it clear that here's a whole world that many people had no idea that we were a big part of.
It's true. I mean, I like to think of the queer experience as a yes and
Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
Yes, we can be those ideas of what it meant to be gay that have been shown in the media for the past 30 or 40 years. And we can also be expert outdoorsmen. And we can be world record setting travelers. And we can do all these things, running for president now and winning state caucuses. Yes, and we can be those stereotypes and we can be everything that maybe we didn't see, but we could imagine and now we can be.
yeah. No, I think that's the inspirational side of what you've created. And but you had a premiere in Carbondale, Colorado, and I saw some of the videos. It looked like it was well received.
Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better experience. The film festival, Five Point, it's an adventure outdoors film festival. So the audience of 800 was full of dudes in flannel with flat brimmed hats and drinking IPAs. And I was scared, to be honest. I thought, is this audience going to like our really gay film?
Yeah.
And we got a 35-second standing ovation after our film. We were sort of the buzz of the town afterwards. Everybody thought we were going to take home Best of Festival or People's Choice. We did not, but we found out we were pretty close.
Yeah.
But that's what was so cool, was to see a straight audience connect to this show. And that's what I told the director when we began. I really wanted a queer director to make this film, and just given the history, it was hard to find a queer person with experience in outdoors films. And so I told this director, I said, I'm trusting you as a straight man to believe all of us queer people on this trip,
Yeah.
and to believe our stories and to synthesize them for a straight audience.
Yeah.
And he really nailed it. I mean, obviously gay people will connect with this film, but the goal was to speak to the movable middle, to speak to people in purple states, to speak to people who might not have an opinion on gay people, and hopefully lean them towards acceptance and celebration.
The power of storytelling in 2024.
Amen. Yeah.
No, and yeah, and you're in other film festivals. What are some of the plans, even short term, as far as over the next few months with the film?
Well, that's what's so cool about this, because it's an outdoor story and an LGBTQ plus story. So we can enter both film festivals, and then just general ones too. So our next one we got accepted to is the Bentonville Film Festival, which is in Arkansas, and it's chaired by Oscar-winning actress Gina Davis. And their focus is specifically on female, on non-binary, on LGBTQ plus and BIPOC voices, and helping connect them to sort of Hollywood and New York producers. And so I'm excited to go there and talk to them about some TV show concepts that I'm working on, and hopefully get those greenlit. But it's going to be a really cool opportunity to be around another diverse crew of filmmakers, and we're entering film festivals all through the entire next year. So hopefully we'll be popping around America and the world, sharing this with audiences live.
I love that. I think this is amazing, and I watched it. 16 minutes. It's on YouTube and your website. But
Yep.
I'm just really glad you were able to take a few moments of your time and share a bit of this story with our audience here.
Well, it's a pleasure. As you said, it's a 16-minute film, which I'm learning with our attention spans nowadays, 16 minutes is a long time. Even some of my very close friends, it's taken them a week or two to finally watch it. But once they do, they're so happy they did. So I think if you have 90 seconds to start this documentary, you will most likely finish it. And you can watch it at mikahmeyer.com/documentary. I'm sure we'll put that link in here somewhere. But it is out and free to watch on YouTube right now. So we would love to have you watch it, like it, comment, to help the algorithm boost this gay story to more audiences. But mostly just for you, the audience, to take something away from this and to enjoy it. And I'm 99.9% sure you will both laugh and cry, which, if we're measuring this documentary against Ted Lasso, that's kind of my yardstick here, then I think we did it.
This is great. Well, thanks again so much, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks. See you out there somewhere on the road.
You got it.
It feels good, so good, coming back again.